And guess who's back? We, of course, invited him back to tell us a little bit more. We have El Gringo. Scott is in the house.
Yay! Hey, everyone.
Welcome
hey,
back,
Olga.
baby.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back. I've missed it. I've been away for what, like a month and a half, 2 months now.
Yes.
Real life called. You know, I got really busy with my job. We had some personal things come up, but man, it's so good to be back on Baja Window to the south.
Thank you.
And I've got to say, you know, with tourism a little fragmented, I think, as far as the structure of the department now, Baja Window to the south and shows like this are so important because there's so much, there's a wealth of information that you guys cover here. Everything from food, which I love, to drinks, to the different regions. You went to San Quintin, a lot of the charities that you've been having up. That was fantastic, and I missed that. But this is such an important show.
But now you know where to go.
I do. Yes,
now
I
you
do.
know where to go. Now you know the contacts, and of course we can always go back because I mean everything. I mean, and we just showcased the show about the volcanoes, and we just did the the humaderas, which is the wetlands.
Oh yeah.
And just being in the kayak right there. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to do some of those adventures?
I'd love to see you out and about with adventures because that's what you always wanted to do from the start of the show, Olga. So it's good to be back, and thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, and you're always welcome, obviously. Okay. But tell us, what is El Gringo doing? What are you doing? What's going on? And I know you brought your beautiful book.
Yes. Well, let's start with what I'm doing now. Not as much in Baja, but I did attend an opening of a new restaurant in the Valle, Guadalupe a few weeks ago. And this is what I love about Baja. It was the opening of Damiana Restaurant at the Chuza Vineyard in the Valle, Guadalupe.
Yes.
And they had a big party. We had the dinner one night, the party the next night. And the great thing about the party is that you've got an American winemaker hosting now a chef from Mexicali. You had guests from all over Mexico. You had guests from the States. You had Italians. Paolo Paolini was there.
Yes.
Just it's such a melting pot of people, Baja California. And it's wonderful to have such a diversity of people and friends here.
And that is the true essence of who we are. And we've been saying it, we're a little beauty of everyone, everything, an international community that just happens to decided to live here and to do their business here and then showcase it to the world.
That's right. I mean, it's one part of the U.S.-Mexico border, I think maybe more than any other areas in the border. Not that I'm super familiar with like Texas and Mexico, but it's one spot where there's just a lot of different people. There's so many different influences, and everyone's friendly.
And you get to say a little bit about that on your 7 days in Valle in your book.
Correct. Yeah, I wrote this in 2017. It's largely a photo book. I was fortunate enough to be invited by the Culinary Institute of America to take place in a series of videos that they did all over Baja, but especially with a big concentration in Valle. So I was a talking head a little bit, but I mostly fixed them and introduced them to the chefs and took them around. And I spent 7 days in the Valle with the Culinary Institute. So by the time I was done, Olga,
I am so sad about you right now.
It was so hard, let me tell you. It's a tough job being the Gringo in Mexico. But at the end of 7 days in the Valle, I had all these photographs that I'd taken behind the scenes while they were filming. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do with all these pictures? So I put them in this photo book.
And it's magnificent. It is in my living room.
Oh, I love it.
So you know that. It is in my
course.
living room. It is one of my special books, and I love it. The photography is impressive.
Well, thank
you so
Olga.
much, and thank you for showcasing. I know that it is still available.
Yes, you can get it. I'm out of stock personally now, but 7daysinthevalle.com, you can find out more about the book. And then you can order it both on U.S. Amazon as well as Mexican Amazon. 7 Days in the Valle.
And the tacos with muchachos. I mean, we missed it.
I missed
Don't you
tacos
miss
with
it?
muchachos. You know, it was just play. It was play because I got to hang out with a good friend, Tony T, Mario Medina, Denise Roa in Tecate, and then of course my good friend Paco Perez in Tijuana, and just eat tacos and talk about tacos and be with my friends eating and talking about tacos. It didn't get any better. I do miss that segment, of course, as well as doing the interviews with you. But yeah, tacos with muchachos was fun. I kind of scaled back in the time I have now, and I'm doing the 1 minute taco review with the Gringo in Mexico.
And it's been going fantastic.
It's been pretty fun, I got to tell you, because in 1 minute, I talk about where I am, I talk about the taco I'm going to eat, I take a bite of the taco, and then I give my impressions of the taco. So it's kind of a challenge to do it so quickly, but it's on Instagram Reels, so you've got to kind of cycle through that.
But this is what we like about you, because I know that your professional life as a graphic designer and then your personal life, which your family is amazing.
Oh,
We
thank
all
you,
love
Olga.
Ursula and Wolf, you
Thank
know
you.
that.
Yes.
And thank you so much for letting us have him, Ursula. We really appreciate that. But you were able to figure it out, okay, I'm doing all this. This is still my passion, is my family's passion.
Yes.
We've been doing this for so many years. How can I still be part of it? And then you came up with the 1 minute taco review and then still be connected to us and be still connected to the community. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you, Olga, thank you. And likewise, you're also a great ambassador of Baja California. And I think it's people like you and I and a lot of other friends that we have that really help spread the word and give a legitimate review of how wonderful it is down here, the variety of experience and culture and people that you can interact with.
Thank you, but it's about you today.
Oh, well, here I am. I'm slipping back into co-host mode, huh? Well, thank you.
It's about you today.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We love to have you back. We love to
Okay.
hear everything that you're doing. And thank you for continuing to stay in touch. And I'm sure we will see you again.
Olga, yes, you will. Like it or not.
Right,
Good,
right?
Yeah.
So please remind us how to follow you, how to get back to those
Okay.
1 minute taco reviews on Instagram. Talk
The-
to our audience
the-
who has been missing you.
Hey, audience. The blog is agringoinmexico.com. Very easy to remember. Instagram, a Gringo in Mexico. Facebook, a Gringo in Mexico. Pretty easy, my friend.
Pretty easy.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
Well, there you have. Scott is back in the house.
Hey,
Thank you so much for coming, for joining us. We cannot
Thank you.
wait to have you back.
Okay, great. And now I'm off to have some wonderful food in Tijuana while I'm here.
Yay!